Republicans discover there's one thing they hate even more than fair elections: Gavin Newsom. This is just another day. Yesterday, Texas's Republican-led House approved their new congressional map, and it's now off to the state Senate, then the governor, where it will inevitably be signed into law as the "if you can't beat 'em, cheat 'em" act. And sure, Democrats could do what they always do and write some angry letters or make some stern phone calls, or they could do this.
I'm eager to sign a bill that no other governor in U.S. history has ever signed, a bill that will put the maps in front of the voters. We'll be the first state in U.S. history to, in the most democratic way, submit to the people of our state the ability to determine their own maps.
This is historic, and because it's happening in California, I look forward to the 4-part Netflix doc series that'll somehow be out tomorrow morning. But what's clear, besides the fact that Newsom is standing up and fighting back against the party trying their best to rig elections, is that he is also really getting under their skin.
What the Democrats have done is disgraceful and potentially illegal. I'll tell you this much. If California dares to try to squeeze out more Republicans, there are going to be lawsuits that will overturn that. What I can tell you in the state of Texas, the 5 Republican seats that we are adding, they are going to withstand legal challenges, and those will be Republican members added to the United States Congress.
Yes, what the Democrats are doing by replicating what Texas Republicans have done is disgraceful. How dare they mimic our every move? If Greg Abbott was any less self-aware, he wouldn't be able to see his reflection in the mirror. Any other Texans want to weigh in here?
Gavin Newsom is very good at being slick. He's very good at running away from the facts and running away from the record.
Gavin Newsom is good at running away from things, you say? Ted, you literally got busted running away to Cancun when your home state was freezing over. Got any other brilliant criticisms that you'd like to lodge?
Yet Gavin Newsom and the rest of the Democrat Party, they exist for one purpose right now: to hate Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's actually not true. Democrats want affordable and accessible healthcare for all. We want to defend women's access to abortion and reproductive rights. We want to promote the use of clean energy and reduce our carbon footprint. We want to see an end to systemic racism and put real rules in place to combat all forms of discrimination based on race, gender, sexuality, and religion. We want real immigration reform done in a humane way. We want a ban on assault weapons. We want universal background checks. We want an increase in funding for our public schools, and we want to make it easier for people to vote in this country. But since this guy's entire agenda is focused on doing the opposite while exploiting his office as a means to garner billions of dollars for himself and his family, I could see how one might interpret that all Democrats do is hate Trump. And frankly, I'm not sure why you don't hate Trump, considering he called your wife ugly and accused your dad of killing JFK. But I guess that's that Texas strong we hear so much about. But their lack of dignity is only exceeded by their lack of self-awareness.
And by the way, congratulations to you, Governor Abbott, and the Republicans in Texas on that redistricting fight that you won today. Congratulations.
By the way, congratulations on doing the thing that we just spent the entire segment attacking Democrats for doing in response. But it wasn't just the senator who denied liking a porn tweet on 9/11 who has a problem with what Newsom is doing. Oh, there are others.
California has a constitution, and we now have a governor that wants to change the constitution for his own political belief. We have a governor who spends more time on this instead of trying to encourage Bed Bath & Beyond to move back to California.
Yes, how dare Gavin Newsom spend more time trying to protect election integrity and our democracy than on getting Walmart's step-cousin back into his state? That is the most bankrupt argument I've ever heard. And I say that because what's stopping Bed Bath & Beyond from opening back up in California is not the governor. It's that in 2023, they literally filed for bankruptcy. McCarthy, you're pointing to the wrong reason that things aren't going your way. It's like Stephen Miller saying that he can't pick up any women at the bar because they don't like the color of his suit. It ain't the suit. It's the hair, it's the general demeanor, it's the fact that he has a visceral hatred of immigrants, black people, trans people, and pretty much anybody who isn't in favor of a white Christian ethno-state, and he wakes up every day with the singular goal of restoring our nation to its most racist and bigoted roots before heading back to his bedroom inside the seventh circle of hell to feed on the blood of Labrador puppies so that he can conjure up enough life force to see another day. Oh, and the odor. Fuck, it's not good. Gavin Newsom's strategy is clearly working, and you can tell that because every Republican has unfortunately been asked to take Trump's dick out of their mouths for just a few seconds, and talk about it.
This idea that Gavin Newsom is somehow going to mimic Donald Trump's style, I think that ignores the fundamental genius of President Trump's political success, which is that he's authentic. He just is who he is. You've got to be yourself. You've actually got to talk to people honestly about the issues. I don't think it's that complicated.
And the award for a person who doesn't get it goes to the guyo from Ohio who made our Pope Dio, J.D. Vance. Congratulations on completely missing the fact that this is Gavin Newsom speaking to people about the issues. Because every time you or anyone else criticizes the tone or style of his childish tweets, you are dunking on dear leader. But why are we even in this entire redistricting mess to begin with? I mean, I think I know, but can't someone explain it to me in some sort of nonpartisan, completely unbiased way on some nonpartisan, completely unbiased news network?
What effectively has been true is that Republicans, unfortunately, for too long have unilaterally disarmed, allowing Democrats to basically monopolize congressional districts using gerrymandering, while Republicans played nice.
This is you guys playing nice? By spending countless years and pouring millions of dollars into getting voter ID laws passed so it would be harder for people to vote? That's playing nice? Is that why Republicans have gerrymandered North Carolina and Florida and Wisconsin and Texas and Utah and Ohio and South Carolina because they were playing nice? Is that why all those people stormed the U.S. Capitol to desperately tell their elected officials how nice they were being? And just to put a bow on this, let's not forget that when Ted Cruz comes out and says that he's got a problem with the morality of gerrymandering, Ted Cruz himself voted against H.R. 1, which included a provision banning partisan gerrymandering. When California Rep. Doug LaMalfa comes out and says he's got a problem with the morality of gerrymandering, let's not forget that LaMalfa himself also voted against H.R. 1, which included a provision banning partisan gerrymandering. When California Rep. Tom McClintock whines about gerrymandering, let's not forget that McClintock himself also voted against H.R. 1, which included a provision banning partisan gerrymandering. When Republican Rep. Jay Obernolte complains about gerrymandering, let's not forget that Obernolte himself also voted against H.R. 1, which included a provision banning partisan gerrymandering. In fact, as it relates to H.R. 1, which would have stopped all of this redistricting chaos in its tracks, how many of these newfound champions for democracy do you think voted for it? And you don't have to think too hard.
And in fact, when Democrats had a majority in Congress, they voted to ban gerrymandering in every state, red states and blue states. Do you know how many Republican members of Congress joined them in that effort?
Which one? I'm sorry. Which state did you just refer to?
I'm asking, do you know how many Republicans joined Democrats in the U.S. Congress to ban gerrymandering? All the Democrats voted for it. 0 Republicans voted for it.
Yeah, there's something about 0 votes that just kind of undercuts the whole playing nice theory. Look, I would like to issue a heartfelt apology to our elected Republican officials out there. I'm sorry, but you don't get to wield democracy as a cudgel against Democrats if you are also going to completely ignore it yourself. If you truly believe that Gavin Newsom's proposal to redraw California's districts is such an affront to democracy, such an insult to American voters, then go into your elected office and propose a piece of legislation that institutes a national ban on gerrymandering. Crazy idea, I know. So if this is what it looks like when
Republicans played nice,
then I guess Democrats are going to have to start playing nice too. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.